guys, and welcome back to my channel. But if you are new here,
hello, hey, hello, hey, hello.
So I know y'all probably like, girl, why you can't stick to one intro? I don't know, okay? I don't know. But today I'm going to be talking about how to always get the perfect hairstyle. You guys always be like, your hair always come out good and always come out good. First of all, practice makes perfect, okay? And I pretty much do this for a living, so that is why. But there are a few things that I think about before I'm gonna do a hairstyle, and I'm like, I wonder if you all like think about this kind of stuff too. But if not, that's what this video is going to be about. First of all, you trying to get your hair together, you have to know your hair first of all, okay? So what I mean by know your hair, you need to know your porosity, your density, your type, and your length, okay? And like listen, I know y'all probably like, why you need to know your type, your hair type? Because this is only for how you want your hair to look purposes, okay? So you need to just know all of this because all of that is gonna affect the ending result of how your hair looks, okay? Your porosity, you need to know that, of course, because you need to know how much moisture you need to be putting in your hair to get the style that you need. You know what I'm saying? You need to know the density. Is your hair gonna just automatically look big, or do you need to manipulate it to look big? Okay, friend? Are you with me? Stay with me. You know, your hair type, just only thing you need really with your hair type is to know what kind of style and how you need to manipulate it to get the ending result that you're looking for, okay? And we're not just talking about wash and goes. Let's just keep that clear. We're gonna talk about basically every hairstyle that you're trying to do. That's what this video is about. It's gonna be about what hairstyle and all that. So we're gonna get into that. And then your length. You know, you probably ain't gonna get no long hair like this, friend, if you don't put no extensions in. You know what I'm saying? If your hair is in a bob. That's what I mean by just know your hair. Before you get started, know your hair and what you can achieve. That's the first step. The second step is to choose your hairstyle. Do you want to do a twist out? Do you want to do a braid out? Do you want to do a wash and go? Do you want to do a rod set? Or whatever you want to do. Or are you protective styling? We're not going to really talk about protective styling. We're talking about doing your hair and getting a perfect result, okay? I have to use examples because, honey, I know y'all probably like, girl, give me an example of what you're talking about. So if I'm going to do a twist out or a braid out, 9 times out of 10, a gel isn't needed for me, okay? But I can't just use any creams or anything like that. It has to be a cream that I know is going to give me some hold, okay? I like to use the Miche Beauty or the Curl Twist and Shout Cream. Those are my go-tos for my twist outs and my braid outs, and I know for a fact they're gonna come out good. You just have to know your preference when you're doing that. And that's the third thing, is to know your preference of what you need. Like I said, I like to just use a cream, but if your hair gets a little frizzier, a little faster, you might want to put a little gel on top of that. Depends on how long you want to wear your hair. You know what I'm saying? If you want it to go for a long time, you're going to have to use a gel. If you want it to just be first day fluffy hair, you don't need to use a gel. That's not what you need. Your hair is probably going to be a little too much, a little too flat for you. You need to use only a cream, and you need to separate it a lot. Are you getting what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, friend? Okay. So just know your preferences of what you're looking for the event that you're trying to achieve. Like I was just mentioning, knowing your products. I know that I want to twist out. I'm going to use a braid out or whatever. But if I'm going to do a wash and go, I don't care if it's first day. I'm going to need a gel. Because at the end of the day, it's still going to look poofy no matter what. I know for that hairstyle, I'm going to need a gel. I'm going to need something that's actually going to hold. And you need to know which products you like. You know what I'm saying? So you need to really get that down packed, because I'm a wet line girl, but Eco is good. Main Choices is good. You know, there's so many. I have videos about the actual products, but it's just knowing, because sometimes I like to use the twist and shout, but sometimes I like to use the Miche for my twist and braid outs. You know what I'm saying? And also for like rod sets and stuff. This is very important, because sometimes people like to use a mousse, but sometimes people like to use a gel, okay? So it just depends on what you're looking for. And for me, if I'm using a mousse, I really have to use end papers for my rod sets. When I'm doing something like that, I need to use some end papers, because honey, your ends will be, my ends started to look like, when I was heat damaged, my hair didn't really do that. But now that my hair is completely curly, not using end papers, my ends are not like perfect. And if you're doing a rod set or a flex rod set, any type of rod set, you need those ends to be perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And if you guys don't know what end paper is, basically you wet your hair, you put the end paper all the way at the end of your hair so that, and you smush your hair in between the papers so that that hair stays very smooth around the rod, and it's not like, you know, getting frayed or anything's rubbing against it or anything like that, or hair's like messing with it, causing frizz or anything like that. So that's why a lot of people like to put end papers around there, because it makes it nice and smooth, because the ends are the most important part of a rod set. Like, it's the most important part. Like, dead ass. You definitely need to make sure that you know your hair and your preferences. Some people, like I said, don't need end papers because their hair will just go around the rod. Their hair may not be as curly as mine, and it may be a lot smoother to just go around the rod without end papers. Definitely just keep your hair type in mind when you are doing things like that. And, you know, the last thing is choosing your method of what you want to do. When I say your methods, like I said, I might use end papers. You might not use end papers. For wash and goes, sometimes I want a big wash and go. If I want a big wash and go, doing the shingling method isn't necessarily gonna give me that. Shingling method gives me very defined curls. They be good, but like if I want that big, long, lengthy wash and go, if you do the shingling method, it definitely shrinks up your hair because it defines your curls a lot more. If you don't know, curls are a great sign of, you know, healthiness, and shrinkage. Shrinkage is a good sign of healthy curls. So when you do the shingling method, it really curls up your hair, and so your hair shrinks a lot. But when you're doing like the raking method, it really elongates your hair a lot more. So if you want a longer wash and go, you definitely want to do the raking method, okay? This is shingling. I did stretch it out. That's another thing. You can stretch them out, but you still got super defined curls. So like I said, it's all about knowing your hair and your preference. But your preferences will change. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand, like, one day you may want to do shingling. One day you may want to do raking. It's like there are preferences for each. It just depends on what the ending result that you are looking for. Just like my waveformers. That video, I know I got a lot of people asking me, like, why didn't I use a foam? And it's just like, first of all, I answered that shit in the video, but we're not going to get into that. But I really want it hold. I like when my styles are nice and hold. I don't like to have to do too much. And I hate when my hair poofs up in the first day. That is a turn off for me. Like, I will never recommend anything that's going to make your hair poof up in the first day. I'm just not going to do it. I don't give a shit, okay? I'm not going to do it. If it poofs up in the first day, I consider that a bad combination, a bad product. That's just my thing. I really want something that's going to hold, that's going to last, that's going to look nice. Definition looks good in pictures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And in video, definition is really, really good. Do you want your hair soft? Like right now, even though this looks amazing, my hair is not the softest right now. It's really crispy, but this was a photo shoot hair, so that was the outcome that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's only the 5 things. Knowing your hair, choosing your hairstyle, choosing your preference, choosing your products, and choosing your method. Booyah. That's what I do, y'all. Let's get some more examples. Okay, you already know what I do if I want to do a twist out or a braid out. If I want to do a chunky braid out, I have to use a gel. The more hair that I have in a section, you have to use more product or more of a holding product. If I'm doing like the mini, like I guess they were kind of mini twists, but not necessarily mini. But if I do smaller twists, I can just use a cream and I'm going to get definition. I'm going to get days out of it. I'm going to get a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do all that. But if I'm going to do like 8 plaits or 8 braids or 8 twists or something like that, I need a gel. Because the more hair I have in there, I just need a little bit more hold to make sure that I get those curls poppington, okay? So that's what I am thinking about if I'm doing any of those type of hairstyles. Like I told you, rod sets, twisting curls. I used to do a lot of twisted curls, you guys. You don't necessarily need a gel with that because it depends on how many twists you do. Depends on how many twists you do. You do smaller twists, you can use a cream, do a little twist, put a little rod around it, and you're going to be good. But if you get to the chunkier side of things, more hair, then you're definitely going to probably want to put a little bit of a gel on just to make sure all that is good to go. And then, of course, we always talk about wash and goes, you guys. Like I said earlier, if I want a fluffy one, I do the raking method. If I want something very defined, I do the shingling method. If I want something that's going to last for like a week or more, I would have to do the shingling method. I know that the raking method is probably not going to last me more than 5 days. But shingling method, bitch, you can get about 2 weeks out of a shingling. A good shingling with some gel. Friend, talk to me dirty, friend. Talk to me dirty. I love it. I just want to kind of walk you guys through kind of like that mental process that I kind of go through before I'm going to do a style. And that's pretty much how my hair always comes. But I know what my hair likes. That's why I started with Know Your Hair. You know, when I first started off, the things that I do now I could not do it back then. You know what I'm saying? And that is the beauty about natural hair. It's always changing. We are changing. Your hair changes. It is never always the same as when you first started your journey. Of course, it's longer. It changes, you guys. So you have to actually maneuver with the changes that your hair makes. And I get so many comments like, bitch, I just use all that water on my hair and I be okay. Bitch, sis, that's you, okay? I don't do that. Like, I like to try different things. Different things work on my hair. The products that I like back in the day ain't the product that I like no more. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of just talk about that because I didn't know if you guys really understood that I do go through a process. I'm not just like throwing products on my hair. Like, I really think about it. Like, sometimes when brands reach out to me and they're like, hey, we want you to do a wash and go. And I'd be like, hey, well, what products do you have? And they'd be like, we just have a shampoo, oil, and a cream. I'd be like, well, I can't work with your brand. Because at the end of the day, I'm probably going to give you a bad review just because it's not the desired result that I like personally, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's not really a good thing for you to do that and reach out to me and want me to do a wash and go. Maybe you should probably want me to do a twist out because that will work best with a cream. But a wash and go, sis, I need a gel and it better be comparable to like Wetline. I'm just being honest because I need something that's going to hold. Some of these gels be playing with my emotions. Like, it's just some damn jelly water. That's what it is. It's jelly water. I can't do that. Throw it away. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Mwah.